Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Sam Nisselby, and alongside me today is the man behind the Twitter Wrestling's Voice of Reason, Scott, as well as the third man, the man in black, and my co-host from ATR Rising Sun, Ethan. We're coming to you from above the ring, the wrestling podcast covering all things AEW worldwide, coming to you Tuesday morning, Turner time. Guys, well, this is an interesting show. We're going to be covering a couple different things quickly. We'll be covering NXT Deadline. I'm going to let you guys take the lead on that because I did not watch that show. However, we will also be talking about the Ship It in the Bank win and a summary of the results from that show we picked, Final Resolution. So, guys, I'm just going to kick it right over to you. Let's, Scott and Ethan, let's talk NXT Deadline.
Before we start that, I like to be preferred now as the Dave Meltzer of the show.
That's true because you got all. That makes.
By the way, spoiler for Deadline, Scott, 2 Ethan picks on the show.
Well, you did send the.
Oh shit! I said the ratings.
You did.
No Ethan codes this time.
This was a good show. I enjoyed it. There really wasn't anything like horrible. There were some surprises. I did not do well in this at all, which for the run that I've been on, I thought they would go in different directions. So I was actually genuinely surprised for a few of these things. So yeah, we had one kickoff match, which apparently now is a trend again after not being that way for like a year and a half, but whatever.
Close to the NXT stuff, I noticed.
Yeah, but I don't know. It's weird. Like for a while they weren't doing anything, even NXT, and now all of a sudden they're like, here, let's sprinkle them back in. It's not like, the other show where there's like 15 matches in the pre-show alone, but it is what it is. We had a rivalry renewed with Axiom and Nathan Frazier. I made the crucial mistake of making my picks before I watched NXT, and after I saw the segments that happened on NXT television, I realized I made the wrong pick. Nathan Frazier, a little bit of an edge to him now. I don't know if they're maybe trying to turn him heel. I don't know. I don't like it. I like him better as a face, but it is what it is. But Axiom getting a big victory over Nathan Frazier. So I thought this was pretty good. I think you gave this, what, a 6?
7.
7. All right. Yeah, I would warrant that a 7. Yeah, it was good. I like that.
It was a fun these two never had bad matches. By the way, Sack's the only one who got this one right. Spoiler. I was like, damn it. I did the same thing as Scott, but for the North American title, I waited till after SmackDown. I should have waited till after. Or I did it before SmackDown. Should have waited till after SmackDown to do the picks. But no, it was a fun pre-show match. I mean, run it back. Let's bring back the Cruiserweight title. Fuck it.
I know, right? I hate that they got rid of that title, but that's for another episode. Our first match of the main show was for the NXT North American Championship. You had Dragon Lee with, I would probably call an upset over Dirty Dominic Mysterio to win the championship. So, new title. There was no judgment there at all.
Which is surprising.
It was. I expected at least Mommy to show up, but she wasn't there. So, we have a new NXT North American champion.
The name on the contract says Lee. Dragon Lee.
See what you did there.
Thank you. It's right on the graphic though, when they were showing the matches on NXT, it showed Rhea in the corner for Dominic, and then for, I don't know if she had a day off or travel issues, whatever. But anyway, this was a fun match. Honestly, I thought Dominic was gonna retain. God damn it, really tattoo. I was like, fuck. And then Ray's out there. By the way, before HBK and Michael and CM Punk had their little fun teasing contract at the beginning of the show, but that's not the point. True. We could just skip over that, honestly. Anyway, actually, I was a little surprised here because honestly, I think all three was the Dominic. Zach again picked Dragon Lee, lucky bastard. Yep. But I enjoyed it. I liked the Raw one a little bit better, but this was still fun.
Yeah, absolutely.
I love how he's paid homage to Tetsuya Naito. I'm like, yay, Dragon Lee. Insert New Japan. Right. Destino. They didn't even call it that. I'm like, come on, guys. It's Destino.
I know.
Come on. What the fuck?
Our third match of the night was the Women's Iron Survivor Challenge match with Blair Davenport pulling out the victory, defeating, actually, at the last second, too. I think Lash was right behind her with 2 pins. Blair having 3, but Lash came out of the penalty box with like 10 seconds left, and Blair did the smart thing and just ran away. Couldn't catch her. Everybody else was down out of the ring, so Lash couldn't get the pin. So Blair Davenport will challenge Laya Valkyria at New Year's Evil for the NXT Women's Championship. This I enjoyed. I did enjoy this. I liked the men's more, but we'll talk about that once we get to it. But it's nice to see everybody in this match do real well. Kalani Jordan, obviously the only one not getting a pinfall, but she showed out pretty damn well in this match. I was real happy for Fallon Henley. I believe she got the first fall, and then after that, it was the second fall. Who
Blair was first, and then
right,
Fallon was like, I think like 2 or 3 minutes later, she got her only one, I think.
Yeah, the only one that she ended up getting, but still, I think she showed out really well. I think she. People will probably want to say that Lash Legend, probably with that double pin that she had to get her 2 points right off the bat, that was probably the most badass thing of the match. But I thought outside of Blair winning, I thought Fallon really had the best showing, in my opinion, anyways.
This fucking ruled.
Yeah, it did.
And I like this one way better than last year's Women's Star Inspire match. Flashlight, what a fucking champ, man. She made me a fan when she body slammed Otis.
That was
like, I liked her. Like, I wasn't like, she was just kind of there for me, but like these last few weeks, like, she's been impressing me. But what was my train of thought? I forgot. Oh, anyway, I like where Metaphor blocked the penalty box, so Fallon and Tiffany were fighting. I'm like, can you both just go? Like, and then Tiffany just swanton paying homage to Jeff Hardy off the penalty box.
Yep, and then pushing Fallon into the commentary table.
She almost hit her ankles off the apron. I'm like, oh god, no. We don't need more injuries.
No more Achilles injuries. There's enough of that going around.
I heard on the podcast that like when Lash pinned Fallon, people are like, well, shouldn't Fallon technically get a point because where she was on top of Tiffany?
I thought the same thing, but they're like, all right, they're pulling the Roman Reigns thing with Edge and Daniel Bryan. So,
but I give this one 8 out. That 25 went by quick. I mean, Claudia, honestly, they all. If I'd pick an MVP, I say Lash Legend probably. But I like how it was like you said, like 10, 15 seconds left, and she's basically chasing Blair Davenport, basically the Grayson Waller spot from last year.
Yep.
But I mean, it's smart though.
It is. And Blair and Lyra definitely have a history, so that's going to be a lot of fun to watch too.
Cora Jade's back.
True. This is also true. That's true. Cora Jade definitely making her presence felt after this match because Lyra came out to essentially confront Blair, and Cora comes out of nowhere and takes her out, and so she's back after being away for 4 months. So we'll see where Cora throws her name in the hat. Probably, I would probably say if not Vengeance Day, definitely Stand and Deliver. I'm
gonna say I say Blair gets past Blair. I like Blair, but not a chance to win the title right now. But I think Vengeance Day, I think Cora takes it. It's funny. So people were comparing her to Sky Blue because Sky Blue had a hat on, and then Cora had a hat on, and then when Sky Blue took the hat off, Cora J took. See what I'm going?
It's funny because when I don't know who started first or who got into the spotlight first, but that's all I could think of. I could compare the two because they're very similar looks.
Yep.
If they were in the same company, they'd be a tag team.
Probably.
You two look like twins, pal. You're gonna be known as the Blue Sisters. That's good shit, pal.
God. Just get Leva Bates back as Blue Pants, and then we get the whole the blue woman group going.
The woman blue order.
God.
BW. Sorry.
That's such a Vince thing.
Good shit, pal.
All right, our fourth match, Carmelo Hayes taking on and defeating Lexis King. I think I was the only one to pick Lexis King because I just had this feeling that something was gonna happen with Carmelo and Lexis was gonna steal the victory. But obviously that was not the case. But Lexis also did let everybody know that he was not the one to attack Trick Williams. So the eyes all come back onto Carmelo Hayes. So it's going to be interesting. but
I
thought the match was okay.
It was there for. I thought the crowd was kind of dead for most of this. I'm gonna be honest with. This is my weakest or second weakest match on the show. I'll give you my first one when we talk about it. You probably know. Which I don't know. I just couldn't get into this. Like I like both guys. I mean, Lex King. It's annoying, but I mean that's him. But I like how at the end of the match he's like, "Thanks for giving me that PLE payday."
Right, exactly.
I did
So
get a laugh out
he's in
that.
it. He's in it for the fame and and the fortune.
And then Carmel flips him off, and they didn't even censor it or move away from the. Because when Orton did it years ago, he had to go above the camera. Carmel's
Yeah.
like, "Fuck it."
Yeah,
There you-
they don't care. It's
And
on Peacock. It is what it is.
speaking of Carmel, he's in the U.S. title tournament, by the way.
Yep.
That's the mystery NXT guy.
Nice. That's good. I think I saw a tweet about that earlier, but no,
Yeah,
that's
they
good.
announced that he held the title. Like he was teasing because he had, I think he had a picture of the spinner title. And then literally, like right after Dale Michaels, like, yeah, it's Carmelo. I'm like, well, I figured that.
Right. Yeah. So he gets to face Grayson Waller in the first round. So that'll be interesting.
He's getting by.
I mean, I know he's ready. Probably after Stand and Deliver, he'll be gone from NXT. But I have my thoughts on why that'll happen. But we'll talk about that down the road.
But 6 out of 10, by the way, for this match.
Up next was the men's Iron Survivor Challenge.
Whoop that trick.
Trick Williams,
that trick.
that man pulling all 4 of his points in like the last 4 minutes. It was
Cool.
Insane. Like by the end of this, I literally leapt off my couch, and I've watched wrestling for over 3 decades now, and that doesn't happen often anymore. But I was freaking out. I was so happy for Trick. But this was jam-packed match. Like these boys just beat the ever-living snot out of one another. Trick had 4, Dijak and Braun Breaker and Tyler Bate all had 3, Josh Briggs even himself getting 2. This was a lot of fun. It was nice to see Briggs and Dijak wrestle one another because I've seen
Haas fight.
I've seen them wrestle locally when I lived in Massachusetts, and they just beat the crap out of each other back then. To see them do it on NXT on a premium live event it was so satisfying as a fan of theirs for such a long time to see them where they've gone to, especially Josh. I know Josh is doing great with his tag team, but it's nice to see him get that moment in the sun by himself as a singles competitor. So I hope that this is the beginning of him getting more chances as a singles competitor, because I truly feel he could be NXT champion within a year or two if he still stays down there. I don't know if they'll bring him and Jensen up to the main roster, but we'll see. But yeah, Trick Williams will be taking on the winner of our main event at New Year's Evil. So before we talk about the main event, let's talk about the steel cage match that happened in between that.
I got some thoughts.
Oh, that's right. I'm sorry. I'm jumping ahead. I know. Shame.
Holy fuck, Braun's getting his only 3 points at 30. That was actually pretty badass too.
That was in 30 seconds too. It was insane. Just spearing everybody out.
I like Dijak Briggs. That was fun. Honestly, I can see them being a tag team. That would be like the new EPA. Actually, no, wait, that's him and Jensen. No, they're the new Smoke Guns. Anyway, not the point. I like how Briggs got one of his points by paying homage to JBL because JBL picked him to be in the qualifying match. So I thought that was kind of cool.
Yeah.
And then Trick, I like the spot where I think Dijak's come up the top rope and then Trick leaps off Briggs and then knees him in the face, I think it was, or clotheslined him.
Yeah, he clotheslined him. Yeah, that spot was nuts too.
The fans of Bridgeport went fucking. I thought that should have been a point, to be honest with you.
It was insane.
I've seen people complain saying that it should have been like the false count anywhere, like. Because I mean, you got a referee for the penalty box, like they should. But I don't.
That gets a little too complicated after that. Just let them fight in the ring. The whole point is, the 90 seconds doesn't start until their feet hit the ground after they get out of the ring. So if you're having a false count anywhere match, I don't know. It kind of gets a little diluted. At least that's how I look at it.
I like how Dijak Bate and Briggs are on the penalty box, and then they're all like fighting each other. And on the women's, like when Tiffany found. Barely touched each other until Metaphor blocked them.
Yeah.
But like the last 10, because I think Briggs was up first. I think his time went out, or somebody's time went out first. No, yeah, Briggs went first, and then Bates was like 2 seconds later, and Dijak's was like, he had like 15, but he's like, fuck this.
Yeah, beating each other up out and falling out of the penalty box.
Did you
But yeah.
notice they do the red light thing?
Yes.
Not like that was cool. I like
Yeah.
that. And then I like how Trick basically, like you said, it's 4 points at the last like 3 to 4 minutes.
It
And
was
then
insane. It was just nuts. Yeah.
I don't react too much anymore. Like kind of like what Scott said. I just been watching wrestling less than Scott has, but I popped for that when he hit that knee on Braun. I'm like, don't kick out Braun, don't kick out.
Yeah. Don't do it to him. Don't
Did
do
it?
it.
Didn't they say if it went to a tie? Didn't they say they do sudden death?
I
Or
don't
did I
know.
miss? I
I
thought
don't
I
know. I don't think they ever mentioned sudden death. Or if there's a tiebreaker, because I don't think they've ever had a tie. So
no.
it's
Well,
only the
second
two
one.
so far. So yeah.
I can
But
see
that
him
would
doing
be
that
interesting.
though.
That would be interesting to see what would happen.
Well, that Trick. I
That's
feel like
good.
this was the right time. No, I feel like
Yes.
guys like I don't know. I feel like Dijak would be cool as shape, but not right now. I've like you got um what's the one I'm thinking? Oh, Strike with the Iron Side. That's what I meant to say.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
like I feel like if he lost, I feel like people at Bridge were like, yeah, no, fuck this.
Yeah. I have some thoughts on what might happen with Trick, but I think we'll talk about that at a later.
Now we can talk about the cage match.
Yes. Now we'll talk about the cage match.
This sucked.
It definitely wasn't as good as it should have been. It was Kiana James actually getting the big victory over Roxanne Perez due to some outside interference. And I love how Vic Joseph tried his very hardest to try to make this seem like a big deal, but when I can't even remember her name right now. That's exactly what happened. I was just like, who? Who was this?
All right, I'll take it. So Izzy Dame basically wrestles on level up mostly, and
Yeah.
I think she was part of the women's breakout tournament. But like, it's funny, like when, so this was a no escape. It was basically a pinfall match in the cage only.
Yep.
And Roxy, I don't know why she tried, but anyway, Izzy Dame hit him, and like the fans went dead, just like when Eddie Thorpe came out and cost Dijak one of the points.
Yeah.
Like the
And
crowds
honestly,
were like,
that should have been a DQ.
"Thank you."
They even
Thank
talked
you.
about it. But
That should I see that should be a rule for next year. Any like kind of like Conor.
it was a rule. They even said disqualification was was a possibility for points.
Oh, did they say it? I didn't even know.
Yep.
I must have missed that part.
Yep.
It should honestly Dijak should have been at 4. Honestly. Hashtag Dijak got screwed.
Maybe they'll work that into the show on Tuesday. If they do, I think that'd be great.
Paul
Will they?
Kurt's Axel. I should have won. I'm still in the Rumble. But anyway, that's still okay. I don't know. I thought this sucked. I'm gonna be honest. I don't want to be too negative, but the fans didn't give a fuck about this match. Honestly, this did not need a steel cage. This should have been like a no DQ or save it for NXT.
Yeah.
Honestly, this should have been a TV. This did not need to be on the show.
I think this match and the Carmelo Lexus match were just unfortunate timings because of the two matches that happened prior to them. The crowd gets, all their energy out, and then they need a match to recuperate. I mean, Kiana and Roxanne have good chemistry together. It's just, I don't know. I feel like something's missing from Kiana. She's gotten better over the year, absolutely, but I think there's just something different, something missing that's just not connecting. Roxanne has been just go ever since she arrived on the scene, so she's perfectly fine.
Yeah, I like both ladies, but like you said, she's sorry, Scott, I didn't mean to cut you off.
That's fine.
I don't know. Like I do like both. Don't get me. I like their Halloween Havoc way better. Their Halloween Havoc match way better. But
yeah,
like I don't know. I felt like when Kiana came, like the fans were like, "All right, when's the main event?" Like they just said, like they didn't care. And then Izzy Dame came out and crowds like, "Who?"
Yeah.
Honestly, I don't know. I'm kind of tired of this feud. Honestly, I think Roxanne should go to the main roster now. If I'm being honest.
I mean, she might at this point. There's really nothing left for her to do in NXT.
Like, I mean, she's won the breakout tour. She won Iron Survivor, tag title, women's title.
Yep. Time to go up, and that's fine. I think that'd be great. But will they probably hold on to her until after the WrestleMania? Probably.
This one's a 6 out of 10, but I'm kind of being nice about it. But this is the weakest thing on the show for me, honestly.
Fair enough.
And then Carmelo and Lexus was second, and then we'll get to main event. Spoiler, that's my third weakest match of the show.
That hurts. That hurts my soul deeply.
I'm sorry.
Our main event of the show was for the NXT Championship. It was Ilya Dragunov defeating a very game Baron Corbin There were actually multiple times in this match where I thought Corbin was actually going to win this. And even though I picked Ilya, I was like, they're going to pull the trigger on Baron. But the Mad Dragon retains, continues to roll on. I mean, I didn't think this was the best match on the card, but I didn't think it was horrible. I thoroughly did enjoy how brutal these two are with one another. Baron just doing a great job reinventing himself yet again. I really like what he's been doing in NXT. I don't know what's next for him. Maybe he goes after the North American Championship. I think that'd be pretty cool. Have him
I can see it. I can see that.
Yeah, so I don't know. We'll see what happens. I obviously don't believe he's gone from NXT still. After this, but yeah, I'd probably give this maybe a 7, but it wasn't terrible in my eyes.
No, like I said 6. I mean, I know a lot of people who like hated this. Like they did not give. They hated it way more.
That's their hatred for Baron Corbin showing.
I mean, I'm not. I do like Corbin, but I don't know. This match didn't really need to go 20 minutes. I think they should have cut maybe 5 at the most. Like I like some spots for Corbin's like, you want your hug? You got it. I dig it. But it protects Corbin away too, because it took Ilya 3 H bombs and a like 2 or 3 Moscows. I don't know. Like the crowd was dead for this. For some, I think they were just burnt out.
Probably.
But
I mean, there was a lot of energy that was being given out during a few matches.
This is
card.
I know this is my 3rd week, but I enjoy them better than the Cage and Carmelo matches. But I don't know. It's I don't know. It was fine for what it is. It was just there, but I mean, I didn't hate as much as everybody else. Like, I looked on Twitter, people were like, "Wow, this sucked." I'm like, okay, it wasn't that bad. Like, come on.
Yeah. But yeah, we'll see. You know, now Ilya has Trick Williams in the mirror. They obviously have their own little past between them, so it'll be very interesting to see what happens. Part of me,
3rd match, wasn't it? Or 2nd, at least.
I think maybe the 2nd, maybe. I don't know.
I know Heat Wave had a match. That was a good one, by the way.
It was.
I'm actually pretty excited. I could see Trick winning. I think I'm spoiling Scott's plans a little bit here. But I think Carmel wants one to attack him though. I think everybody's seen that.
I think we find the truth. I think we find the truth out on New Year's Evil. I think Carmelo will cost Trick the title. And then this will lead into a feud between the two of them going into probably Vengeance Day. I would love for them to have their moment at Stand and Deliver, but I don't know if they're going to pull that trigger that far down the road. I feel like at this point, the crowd is kind of like, we don't care who attacked Trick, just tell us. And even I'm at that point. Like they've dragged this thing out so long. Now that Lexus King said he didn't do it, there's no leads now. We just need to know an answer at this point. So just let us know.
I think it's time to pull it. Like you said, Scott. Like it's just I'm slowly getting burnt out with this. I'm like just say Carmelo did and move on. Like it's kind of like the Devil storyline. Like we kind of rush us a little bit.
Yeah, pretty much. But overall, I thought the show was good. I'd probably give it a 7.5, maybe an 8 out of 10 for the whole show, for at least for me. Ethan, what'd you give for the whole show?
I wouldn't go hard in 7. Like
fair enough.
Out of the NXT, I'd say not weakest, but it was just kind of not as good as the other ones, but it was still good. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If I had to rate them, probably like try to think how many they did this year, like 5 or 6.
Yeah.
Like maybe bomb 2nd bottom.
Okay.
I wouldn't say top 3, but it was still a fun show. I recommend watching it.
And of course, conspicuous by his absence yet again, our champion, Mr. Zach, was surprisingly the winner here.
He beat me and Scott by 1 match.
He gets his 4th point in the Ship It Studios Championship for year number 3, pulling himself away from Sam. So now, unfortunately, Sam himself is in last place with 3. Zach now has 4. Ethan has 5. And your boy here has 7. As we move into, I believe we have one more show this year. And then we move into 2024.
And that's right, boys and girls. 2024 is right around the corner. Before we get into everything else, I do want to mention that we will be recording our last episode of the year coming up just before Christmas. Final of Bedlam. I believe this is 3, Scott?
Number 3.
Number
Yep.
3.
My first one. Yeah.
It'll be the 3 of us. We'll just be, chatting about the year. Nothing in particular. It'll be a good time. And then we got some other Bedlam going on for 2024. We will keep everybody in the loop on that.
Keep out for a Rising Sun. That's me and say what's up a World Tag League.
Yes.
Yeah, we gotta do that too. I just figured you've mentioned Final Battle. It's Final Bedlam season. So, and then of course we go into, the Rumble comes and it's thrown to the Mania.
Yep.
And busy year 24, but a lot going on here in the HER world. Speaking of which, let's hop right over to the last topic we want to discuss here. We did our Ship It in the Bank. This was pretty exciting, I got to say, because it's the first time that we were going to give us all a random chance to win an opportunity to get the belt from somebody.
Yep.
And due to the fact that Ethan watches Impact and Scott and I don't, and maybe we should just do this across the board. Whoever's champion, like nobody ever gets the pick for this.
Yeah,
it's done by a wheel.
I like the spin the wheel, make the deal picks.
Woo! That was my idea, bitch.
It was good. I don't care if I lose for the next 20 years. I think it was cool. I think it was like one of those, okay, we got an opportunity, but
it was actually pretty fun. No, sir. I did like that.
Yeah.
So the reason I brought it up before, sorry, Sam. Basically, because like Sam said, I'm the only one who watches Impact. Oh, sorry, TNA now.
Not till next year.
Yeah, but the Impact leaves.
Yeah, I know.
It's TNA, come in. Yeah, shut up. I still got a month. Fuck off. Anyway, but it's not really fair for me to make all the picks, and then so I was like, okay, you know what? Let's make it play even fair player game. Blah, 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 blah. You know what I'm trying to say? Even try to make it even. Yeah, thank you.
Make it Ethan. Boom, boom, boom. Finger guns.
Bang, bang, baby. Hey, you shot Mr. 2 and 5 at NXT.
That's mean.
I should talk. I was one who watched TNA. Still fucking lost.
I mean, you could have called me Mr. 502. I mean, that's a little more.
Shit, missed opportunity.
You did. You missed it.
Actually, now I think about it, I think last time I got weighed, I was 205. So actually, it works out. Either way, it works out, Ethan. It was good play. But regardless,
Sam is 205 live.
In 502 live.
All right, do you want to run down the Impact results right quick and then talk about the Ship in the Bank?
Yeah, just go through the results. We don't have to go crazy because, you're the only one who watched the show. We just want to get to the results here and see who won the Ship It in the Bank.
All right, so there's 3 matches that don't count. So basically, we're just sticking to 8 matches before the 3?
I believe so, yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so the first of 3 do not count piles was PCO defeat Justin V on the pre-show. Sucked 5 out of 10. Jack Price for Ian Prince. PCO won that one, and then Jack Price defeat Ian Prince 5 out of 10. And Frankie Kazarian defeat Shawn Gene. That's 6 out of 10. Those are the pre-show matches. Main show, we kicked off the Impact World Tag Team titles. Fuck you, Scott. ABC defeats Eddie Edwards and Brian Myers. This match was added literally last minute on the show because Alicia Edwards was out with her husband Eddie, and then she basically was trashing Toronto. Please get a new stick. Anyway, she wanted to rematch her, so Tia Morella came out and says you have a match with Jody Threat, and Jody Threat beats her with the F5. This match 4 out of 10. This sucked. Digital Media title match. Tommy Dreamer retains over Diener 5 out of 10. This was originally supposed to be Mike Bailey versus Trey Miguel, but got changed to a tag match where we get the debut of Trent Seven. By the way, he's part of TNA now. They defeat the Rascals 6 out of 10. Jake Something and Jason Hodge 5 out of 10. All right, so the moves from Ronald. First, it was a normal match, and Ronald got the win by DQ at a minute. Then Santino restarted to a street fight. Moose originally rejected it, but he would lose his world title shot hard to kill. So match gets restarted as a street fight. So Moose wins 6 out of 10. Knockouts tag match. Knockouts champion Trinity and Jordan Grace being Dion Prazo, Giselle Shaw 7 out of 10. And Giselle Shaw attacks Dion Prazo after the match. So I think Dion is leaving Impact. By the way, that's the reason rumor.
I think if I remember correctly, Final Resolution was the last scheduled Impact Wrestling date for Deonna Purrazzo.
Yep. Yeah. As of right now, we don't know if she re-signed or signed an extension. So as of right now, I think starting in January, she'll be a free agent.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, and main event, this is my Ethan Big really only match you really to go check out. Josh Alexander and Zack Sabre Jr. defeating the Motor City Machine Guns at almost 30 minutes, but it was a quick 30 minutes. 9 out of 10. Only match you should go check out. And the Impact Tag Title match, that was actually pretty fun. Those are the only two I recommend checking out. Overall score, I'm going to be really honest, 4 out of 10.
Oof.
No, I'm sorry. This show sucked. Oh, I'm
Fair enough.
sorry.
Fair enough.
Like I said, just watch the opening and the main event. That's all you need to watch. The pre-show skippable, half the show skippable, but yeah. So congratulations.
What was the final on that? What was the final? Who?
What score rise for us three?
Yeah. Let's talk about this.
All right. So Scott got a clean sweep of 8-0. Yeah, shut up, Scott. And then me and Sam tied with 4-4.
The wheel was very kind to me.
You're sitting out at the
The
Rumble.
wheel wants you to finish the story, Scott.
It does. It does.
It does.
It wants me to get my title back.
Plot twist: he finished store for Cody.
I might. But yeah,
Sam, I'm sort of agree with you. I think there's some conspiracy bullshit going on.
Oh, there's a conspiracy going on.
All right, you know what? We're doing a tag team match next time.
I traded my point from Deadline to give Zach some false hope of thinking he might retain. Meanwhile, I now have the ship it in the bag briefcase,
as well as the lead.
So,
is this your third clean sweep in a row?
Not in a row, but of the year. This doesn't count as points, but the fact that I somehow spun a perfect record for this is just absolutely hilarious to me. Yeah.
And I think due to the fact that we're doing this at chance and at random, I think given double points is kind of like, okay, well, you got lucky. It really is just like if you got double points, you get lucky.
Right.
But
I literally had to look at the score 3 times, like, oh my fuck, Scott got clean sweep again. This is the third show in a row with a clean sweep.
Yep.
Well,
you braggy bastard.
He's got to finish the story. Well, we got our ship in the bank. We have talked Deadline, guys. While we here, you guys aren't doing Final Battle, are you? Or are we just doing picks for that? I want to make
Same
sure.
Same thing, yeah. Like what we did for NXT, we didn't do a post show or a pre-show for it. We'll do our picks, and then we'll go into the new year. Keep an eye out for stuff from all 4 of us. Some little promos to see how our years have gone and how we're gonna look going into the rest of our season 3 and seeing what happens after that.
All right. Well, guys, this has been fun. Final Bedlam's coming up, guys. We got a couple other things we got to record before we wrap up 2023, going into 24. I can't believe I'm saying that right now. Means we're hitting, and I want to say this before we go into Final Bedlam. We're pushing our first full year with Ethan. I think it's been a great addition to have Ethan.
Absolutely.
Content, brains, input. Incredible. I'll probably give you applause again at Final Bedlam 3, but I want to bring that up. Guys, if you already do so, please make sure you follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube, as well as X. We're pushing YouTube. Don't forget to subscribe. Above the Ring. Make sure you comment. Tell people why Above the Ring is the podcast you're choosing and why they should listen to us as well. Thank you so much for watching. And as always, do not forget to join the Bedlam.